Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called The Endless. This is a 2017 film that was released in April of 2018, so it's only about 2 years old. Not too bad. This does not come with a rating. It runs an hour and 50 minutes. It stars Aaron Moorhead, Justin Benson, and Callie Hernandez. The description: as kids, they escaped an UFO death cult. Now, two adult brothers seek answers after an old videotape surfaces and brings them back to where they began. Duh. This is The Endless. Well, thank you everybody for watching this video. If you'd like any correspondence with me outside YouTube, I do have my Facebook page up and running, Danny's Movies and Music. You can seek out that and get some bonus content and lots of stuff I don't put here on YouTube. So there you go. I know we're looking forward to theaters opening, but I'm still watching some older things. But this isn't all that old, but still something I've never seen before. Yeah, let's talk about The Endless. I made not a mistake because I didn't know it was gonna be a mistake, but I actually watched this before Resolution, which Resolution is a 2012 film with the focus on two characters that just happened to be part of the story of The Endless. It's like they got their movie redone and reimagined in a different way with a bigger, more well done movie with lots more actors, and then they were just part of that story. So I understood Resolution a lot more by watching The Endless first, which kind of helped. But knowing how good The Endless was, I couldn't really get into Resolution being a real thing, and Resolution's such a poorly done movie. So The Endless just looks that much better. But I think it's supposed to be that way also. I think it was kind of meant to be that way. But I'd like to eventually get online and try and find out some stuff, or maybe some people can comment down below. Like, were they meaning to do this? Make Resolution that sucked, and then The Endless, like 5 years later, they just happened to reimagine the story. Did they promise the guys another movie would be made that were in the first movie? I'm just kind of intrigued by this whole situation. We don't see this very often, except for the big movies, getting a pre-tale, a pre-saga, whatever. So it's just kind of different. So the big story on The Endless is that when our two main brothers that are the focus of this movie, when they escaped this cult, that they call that a cult, and they say that it's cult, they talk about it like it's a cult. When they escape as children, it makes national news. Like, most of us remember the girls that were kept down in Texas. That was a big national news story. Can you imagine them just going back to those guys after it was such big national news of what went on there for years and years? So the first thing that doesn't make a lot of sense in this movie, The Endless, is that these brothers go back. It's like, what are we doing here? And just nothing made sense about the whole thing of going back. I'm still to this point just kind of mind blown that these brothers like, oh, we'll just go back for a day and see how things are and say hi to people, and it's like, what? So it did not have a great start at all. Their regular lives are boring as is, and then once they get to this cult area, and there's like a lot of different things in the area that didn't make sense either. Like, you figure a cult would get in the really middle of nowhere, but no. So it has a couple things that work against it, concept wise, story structure wise, common sense wise. It just does not have a lot going for it positively. Um, it does get very comedic. It does get very astonishing with the concepts. It gets very smart. It gets very intriguing with what could happen, and kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat there as the movie goes on. It does get better with the funny moments and the intrigue. I don't think it's enough to save it because they never actually explain anything. They never actually finish out a valid thought that they have. And all these other people that are in the area that don't seem that far away from the cult campground, they have their own things going on, and they get their little time on screen, to be focused on. It takes away from the cult and that storyline. And then when the thing happens at the end, it's like it just doesn't have any explanation that can make sense to anybody. So good luck trying to explain to me or anybody else what happens in this movie. I think it's beyond utter capacity for any human to actually make sense of what this person was thinking with this movie. So all in all, I think the funny moments saved it. I think the intrigue and the suspense saved this movie, even with the ending. So I'm going to give The Endless a C+. I enjoyed it that much, just a little bit. And I can recommend it because it's different. It's Resolution and The Endless are both different movies. And if you were to watch them together, you can kind of understand what I'm talking about. Otherwise, I can't really tell you without you watching them. So yeah, I think the interest is there. I could watch these again sometime, but not anytime soon. But I'm glad I watched both of them. I'm glad I got a chance to have the experience. So C+ for The Endless. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and get some of them to watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. Enjoy your movies. Thanks.